Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little weekend toy hunt haul. I don't really have a big spiel for you like usual. A couple of the places that we stopped at was Ravenswood Comics in New Hartford, Blast from the Past Toys and Collectibles at the Mohawk Antique Mall in Mohawk/Herkimer, New York, and then not that 80s, that'll be next weekend, but Toying Around in Johnstown, New York. So with that being said, let's get into this, and I think I'm going to title this A Real American Haul. This was really focused on a real American hero, G.I. Joe stuff. But like usual, let's get some of the literature out of the way first. We did get this really cool little poster for the upcoming Immortal Championship Wrestling A New Era show featuring Oro Mensa, so you can go check that out. I'll be looking forward to this. Definitely be hitting that up after Syracuse Collectors Con. We also, from Ravenswood, destroying my arena here, grabbed another issue of Comic Shop News. I like Lobo there on the front. Can't wait to check that out. And then the final thing, actually, we'll save that. It's kind of literature in a sense, but we'll leave it for now. So, the one thing that I grabbed at Blast from the Past Comics and Toys in the Mohawk Antique Mall was going to be the G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero Armadillo tank. And I got this for $22. I thought that was a pretty cool deal. And this is really cool. So it kind of looks like a Sherman tank almost, or just like a normal tank, but it's really meant for like 1, 2, 3 people. So you kind of have a gunner in there, and then there's 2 little spaces in the back if you want to have some guys kind of hang on. But the space where I'm going to be displaying my Real American Hero figures is kind of tiny. It's like half of a shelf almost. And stuff like this, where they're kind of these tiny vehicles, but they're still, pack a punch almost. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm hoping to find something of a similar scale that's Cobra. The thing that I've kind of been working with for now, and I'll move on to what I got from Toying Around now, is going to be this little, I think it's like a Dreadnought, almost like hovercraft type thing. But I figured for now, I do have one Cobra figure, which we're going to take a look at here in a second, and I'll just kind of have him working with this for now, and then when I find something better, I'll probably trade this off or something. But we do have that. So the last bit of G.I. Joe kind of playset vehicle things we have is going to be this like little launch or command central thing. I have no idea, but I believe this came with Hawk Abernathy. I could be wrong, but it's like a nice little playset here. We have this little jetpack accessory, which is kind of cool. And let's see if we can get it to focus on there. You guys can see in there. So we have that, this little like gun accessory thing almost, I think, that like attaches to a figure's arm. So we have that. And then we have, of course, this kind of like control pad. And that is really cool. You could almost have it as like a helicopter landing pad if you really wanted to, but there's some cool stickers and designs on the top and on the sides. I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit, but it is still pretty cool. And then we have this little like command computer thing to hang on there, which is really cool. I think there's like maybe you can put some weapons in there or something. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look up a tutorial as to what this is, but I got it for $40. I didn't think that was a bad deal considering this thing's from like 1985, and it will look very good with my G.I. Joe display. So I apologize. There we go. Let's get it to focus. All right, so it's kind of a mess here. Let's go over the rest of the stuff that I grabbed, starting with these little accessories here. This little G.I. Joe backpack. We have that. I'll give that to my Spirit Iron Knife. I like this one because it was kind of like a little radio thing almost, so it doesn't even have to be a backpack necessarily. This little tiny one, almost like a utility backpack. I got that for my little Chuckles figure. I want to make sure this isn't going to fall over. Sorry, folks. There we go. I also grabbed this little, I don't even know what you would call it. It just looks like a box of wire, but I thought it'd be a nice little, playset accessory. Oh, it's a little dynamite thing. I didn't even realize this. Can actually pick that up, I think, and then, boom, there you go. What else do we have? I got, a little pouch of, thermite, like a satchel charge kind of thing almost. We have that. A little radio, which I thought might be useful. And then finally here, just this really cool looking rifle that I'm going to give to my Chuckles. I thought that looked really cool. So we have that as well. Those are going to be all the G.I. Joe accessories except for, and I got 4 of these, no pun intended, these little display stands for the figures. I figured why not? I'd grab those just to keep them healthy and in good shape. I also grabbed these from Toying Around. We got the WWE Elite Intercontinental Championship and the Divas Championship. I don't know why I grabbed this. I was just like, I've never seen it before. I thought it'd be kind of funny to throw it on one of my figures here in the crowd, so I grabbed that as well. But the Intercontinental Championship, I did not have that. That's the new version of that, I guess you could say. So there we go. Let's kind of pack everything up here and see what else we have left. All right, so the last thing I want to do before we get into some of the figures and the last little bits is going to be another free mini from Ravenswood Comics. This is really cool. They always have these, well, not always, but every once in a while they will have these Warhammer minis. My dogs are barking. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm trying to get to focus as well. This thing always gives me trouble, but it's just like a Warhammer soldier with like a flamethrower or something. Maybe if we bring it closer, bring it out a little bit more. A little bit more. I don't know. I'm not going to mess around with that. You guys have seen a Warhammer miniature before. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So the next bits of stuff here, I'll save the figures for last, but just some like random playset things. I grabbed this weird like wall or like, it's almost like the side of a building kind of thing. There's these little pegs on here. When I've seen this at Toying Around forever, but I thought it was like a flat thing until I realized you can actually hang it on your wall. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to find some figures or something to kind of go with this. And there's some little windows here, so maybe I can have like a figure hanging on there. Doesn't necessarily have to be for like a superhero or something, but we'll see. And I'll do something really cool with this. But this was like, I think like $2 or something. So that was a nice little thing there. We also grabbed, and I used to have this. This actually might even be mine. I think I sold this to Toying Around. But this is going to be from the old Toy Biz Marvel Legends. It's like a Sentinel hand. And this was from the Iceman figure. So it's like a Sentinel hand with the ice kind of shooting out of it. But it's really cool. You can throw some like, there's like little figure stands and everything. And I have a new little display for my Toy Biz Marvel Legends. You could even have it on the wall there. If you wanted to, you can mount it like that. That'd be kind of cool. But I thought this would be cool to display with my Toy Biz Marvel Legends for $4. So that was nice. All right, and then the last thing we have here, I think I'm going to add this to my G.I. Joe, collection. It's just this little base. Just a little base of something with some pegs on there. Who knows what I can do with it, but it's always nice to have little things like this just to kind of blend in and support your display. So, all right, that's pretty much everything. The last little bits of things I want to get to here is going to be two of the figures that I grabbed. The first of which is going to be the accessories and the card back for Storm Shadow. So we have Storm Shadow here, and they had his figure loose, and I was like, you know what? I might as well grab the accessories. The one thing I don't know is if this is like a certain version of Storm Shadow or not. I don't know, but when I look at this, he has like some patterns on his clothing. And then when we look at the figure, which is actually right here, he's all white. So I don't know if this is the exact version. Again, I have to do some research, but I grabbed Storm Shadow, the original, for $30. I wanted to have a decent enemy to go with my collection. He is a little beat up, a little worn, but it's still pretty cool. So we have Storm Shadow with some original accessories for him and the card back. And then finally here, I think it's Back Blast or Backstop. There we go. For $4, just a Backstop figure. So there we go. I think I'm going to have him piloting my Armadillo tank. So there we have it, folks. Just a quick, 7.5 minutes, but a quick review of my weekend toy hunt in New York State. Went to Ravenswood Comics in New Hartford, New York. Blast from the Past Toys and Comics at the Mohawk Antique Mall in Mohawk/Herkimer, New York. And Toying Around in Johnstown, New York. So we will leave it there, folks. Yo, Joe, you know the drill. As always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.